Okay, so literally no context to this video. I just was looking through my desk drawer and I found this. Uh, I vaguely remember doing this. I very vaguely remember doing this. I think I was just like bored one day, and I was like, "Yo, look at all these like cool trading card games, but you need like to buy trading cards." So I'm like, "What if I made one out of just a normal deck of cards?" And I have that on me today. I think this was designed for like 2 players, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out, considering there's only me here. But I decided it might be fun. Try figuring out how the heck I came up with this. Name of the game here is Throne Room. I'm instantly regretting wanting to go through this. We're gonna read through this cheesy writing that I wrote like 2-3 years ago. And it's funny because a lot of times I'm like, oh man, I was so cringy back then. And then I remember back then was like 2 years ago, and I'm like, have I improved? Alright, here goes. Gosh, this is gonna be hard to get through. Objective. This isn't even the objective, reading this like first sentence. The kingdom is being overtaken by an evil alliance between kingdoms. You must defend your throne room, your king, and your fellow kings from the enemy. Wait, so if this is a kingdom that we have to like defend, why are there multiple kings? Oh, so it's multiple kingdoms. And how to win. In order to win this battle, you must capture the other kingdom's kings. But the other kingdom's kings will not give an easy fight. You must battle your way through the jacks and queens of the kingdom until you reach the throne room. But remember to hold your defenses up. You must not let your kings be captured first. What? Okay, so this goes through the card. So I this is another thing I remember from this. I don't know why I remember this stuff, but I went really like quote unquote in depth. I thought I was being like super like specific on how these worked, but knowing me, it's probably still gonna end up vague. It looks like we have. Oh, I printed it on 2 sides as well, so you know I was hardcore. Okay, whatever. Let's go through this. So each card has different uses and different names. In this section, we will go over what cards are referred to and what they do. So nobles, those are our first type of card, are face cards. They are the main aspect of the game. There's number cards, which is in parentheses described below. I would assume they were for all of these. And then there's jokers, or just... Wait, aren't there... Oh, okay. I'm saying what they're called in this game, apparently. Are wild cards and correspond to where they're placed. Same thing as the number cards. And then aces, or spies as they're called in this, apparently, are to be played only once in a game unless a jester is present. Okay. Number cards can be either used as sword sharpness, shield resistance, or health. And I put in parentheses. All 3 of these are to be referred to as stats. Why do I have to further specify that? I don't know what my train of thought was. Sword sharpness is the number of damage a noble can emit. Health is the amount of health a noble has. Pretty self-explanatory. And shield resistance is the amount of damage a defending player can block. And then there's the jesters, of course. Can be used in many different instances. So yeah, these are like our wild cards. They can retrieve a spy from the... Okay, so... One thing I noticed here that's... is it the same on this paper? Yeah. It's a corresponding theme. I think I was originally going to have the jokers be medics. Because there's a lot of parts where apparently I didn't fix this in the Word document. And I just scribbled out medic. And I put spy above it. So I was... To be fair, though, this was a lot of paper here for a small game. So, apparently, I didn't want to waste ink, I guess. Okay, so they can retrieve a spy from the discard pile. So the spies said only use once, but apparently now they don't have to be because of jesters. They can act as 4 extra health for a single noble. They can act as 2 extra sword sharpness. I think I'm still as dumb as I was when I wrote this. And they can overthrow 2 points of shield resistance. So does that mean if you're getting attacked, the jester can like do like, nope, not today, buddy? Or does that mean that when you're defending, you can be... Okay, this is in all caps, so you know it's important, and it's bolded. Every instance must be prominently stated by the player using the card. The jester must also be immediately discarded after use. So apparently those are really important things to know. You have to fully disclose what you are doing with your jester, or else God will be mad at you. Spies are to be played once by a player, then immediately put in the discard pile. The only time this is this rule is avoided is when a jester is present. Spies can break into a dungeon. A dungeon? What the heck? Oh my gosh, look. Oh, there's like a little... Wait, I gotta show this. There's like a little graphic of like the layout of the field. What the heck? So spies can break into a dungeon and save an overthrown noble. For instance, so they have a queen in their hand. They have an overthrown queen. They have a spy in their hand. They're allowed to retrieve the queen from the discard pile along with her stats. If you forgot what stats are, they're on the first page. And then again, bolded all caps. Spies must be used at the beginning of a turn and can only save a noble if they were overthrown last turn. Okay, so essentially, it has to be a recently captured noble. Okay, and this is a little field section I was talking about with the image. There are 6 sections on the field. Why are there 6 sections? I feel like that's way too complicated to keep track of. Okay, so there's the castle, or there's the deck. That's where you draw cards from. Okay, that makes sense. The blacksmith's, or hand, is where you hold your cards. The throne room is the place where non-active nobles are placed. So there's active and there's non-active nobles? What is this? The drawbridge is the place where active nobles are placed. And the barracks is where you place damage values. The dungeon is where cards are discarded. Okay, that makes sense. At least there's one thing in here that makes sense. And that finishes sheet 1.